All right, guys, we are back at Knott's Berry Farm for the Boysenberry Festival, the 10th anniversary of the Boysenberry Festival. So we're here with round 2, and we're going to go ahead and try the things that we didn't try the last time. I am going to see if I can get that deep fried French toast, but it's going to be a long line, and then maybe, I don't know if I can even get the Sloppy Joe one today, because that'll be 2 long lines to stay in. But we're going to go ahead and try and see what we can get as far as food. I'm not sure about entertainment. I sort of have limited time here, but we'll see. If opportunity gives it to me, then I will go ahead and do it. So let's see what kind of trouble we can get into at Knott's Berry Farm during the 10th anniversary of the Boysenberry Festival of 2025. And in case you didn't know what these are like the bubble machines. So if you have like a wand or something like that, you can remotely activate it and it blows bubbles here at the top. And then in case you didn't know, the Gold Trails Hotel also sells a tasting card, so you can go in when it's not crowded and buy your tasting card. All right, so we have tasting card in hand. I'm gonna go see if the line for Sutter's is longer than the line over here to get the deep fried French toast. So I'm gonna either get the Sloppy Joe or the French toast. Like I said, it just depends on what line's longer, so come on, let's go find out. All right, we're getting the Boysenberry Sloppy Joe Burger with crushed chips. And if you notice this little symbol right here, that means it's on the meal plan. I do not believe this is part of the tasting card. Okay, guys, we wound up getting the Boysenberry Sloppy Joe Burger first with crushed chips. So the line wasn't that long, and I gotta give props to Knott's Berry Farm. They got that line moving. I've never seen that many people at the counter helping, guests get their food and stuff like that. They're like this. So the question would be, do you really need mobile ordering? Because I think I only waited about 15 minutes in line, and then the burger came in the next 5 minutes, so 20 minutes. I mean, honestly, that's not bad for a theme park. Anyway, this is the Sloppy Joe Burger, and it is messy. So if you could see it right here, all that boysenberry sauce is right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and bite into it. And luckily I'm prepared with napkins here, so here we go. The burger's really good. Usually on their Premier stuff, they'll use like an Angus type beef. At least that's what it tastes like to me. The sweetness of the boysenberry sauce is really good. I'm not tasting the Sloppy Joe part, but I am tasting the corn chips, which is fine. Let me see if I can get another bite here. You can taste the Sloppy Joe part. It just gets washed with the hamburger meat. I would say if you're gonna do a Sloppy Joe, leave out the hamburger meat. You're gonna have meat in the Sloppy Joe part. And then you might want to put a little bit more of the Sloppy Joe meat on there. But otherwise, this is very good, very tasty. In case you didn't know, that was Silver Bullet going by. See if we get the roll back here. I guess not. But I'd get this again. I'm gonna give it a nice. I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna give it a 5 Qs out of 5. Yes, the Sloppy Joe meat gets lost with the hamburger meat, but you know what? You can still taste it. It's just all in the background, and the boysenberry sauce isn't too prominent. The corn chips give that crunch taste in it. Probably not really necessary. But it does add an element to the texture of the burger.
The cheese, it looks like it's a Swiss cheese. It goes really well with it. Maybe the one thing I might change, I'm not sure though, I'd probably put a potato bun on here. I think they use the egg bun, but I think a potato would probably go really well with this. But still, it's well worth getting, and it's still worth a 5 Qs out of 5. And like I said, the lines are moving over at Sutter's Grill, and yeah, they're nice. Also, this is part of the meal plan. It is not part of the tasting cards. And if you don't have the meal plan, you can get it, I believe it's for $18.50. Well worth it. I mean, they give you a grip of fries. I probably won't be finishing all those. But good job, Knott, for getting the service quick and getting the burger out in a timely manner. I applaud you for that. But anyway, guys, boom, on to the next one.
Of course, we're here at Nate's Wood Carving. You can see some of his stuff that he has. Looks really nice. And of course, Godzilla's still here.
Okay guys, so we're here at Nate's and this is the ghoul, so I'm kind of just showing you this, but here's the thing though. On my first trip here to Knott's Berry Farm for the Boysenberry Festival, I saw people just like all over. Like I saw a kid climbing up on Godzilla, then people sitting on the bench. As I'm currently looking over there, there's still people sitting on the bench, even though there's signs clearly saying, stay off. I mean, I don't know if you could see that. It says, do not climb on the carvings. So, you know, if you break it, you gotta buy it. So why do you even want to like sit down on the bench, or why do you want to climb on something that's not yours? I don't know, man. I'm kind of getting to the point that if I see something like that, I just feel like putting them on blast and putting them on film and say, hey, you know, if you want to know who probably broke it, I've got people on there that's sitting on the carvings, sitting right in front of a sign that says, do not sit and do not climb on the carvings. Unless you bought it, unless you own it. So, you know, guys, come on, man. Just get some respect here, man. You know, it's like this guy, this is his livelihood. He does great artwork with a chainsaw and chisels and files. And, you know, you could buy the art. If you want to sit on it and climb all over it, buy the damn thing, all right? But don't, like, sit around and abuse other people's stuff when you don't even own it. That's what really makes me mad and pisses me off. So, you know, if you want to do that, start climbing on someone else's artwork or even mine, and then watch how angry I get. No one's ever seen me angry. No, I don't turn green, red, or blue, but it so makes me mad that people just, you know, just can't respect other people's things. I'm just saying. This is a situation where you have to film wherever you can. So I'm over here next to Nate's and the dance hall. So up next, this is, see if I get the name right, this is the Butter Toffee Boysenberry Martini Espresso with a splash of Kahlua and Bailey's. At least I got the ingredients. But anyway, you can get this at the Dance Hall Barn, and it's on the tasting card, but look at the size of this puppy. Compare it to the size of my head. You can tell this drink is probably going to be worth it. I hear it's strong too. But let's go ahead and try it, see what it tastes like. Not too bad. It might be a little watered down with the ice because it is kind of warm out here. But you can definitely taste the Kahlua, the little bit of the butter toffee. Haven't tasted the boysenberry yet. Let me get to a section here. It's not bad. It's not necessarily my cup of tea. I know some people will probably argue with me about that. But I got to give credit to the girl. She didn't know how to make it, so she went and asked, how do you make it? They taught her how to make it, and then, I kind of remember what the guy said. So when she made it, she put the stuff in the wrong order. But again, at least the ingredients were in there. That's all that matters, right? I don't think it matters what order the ingredients go in. This is pretty tasty. Would I get it again? Probably not, but I still will give it a 4 Qs out of 5. But I gotta say, this thing's strong. It has a good kick to it. So if you want something that's gonna slam you to the floor, this is it. Anyway, guys, I did give it a 4 Qs out of 5. I'm gonna go ahead and get the next one, and we'll rate that one. Boy, must really have a kick. Threw me off my train of thought. I guess that's a good thing. All right, guys, on to the next one. All right, so this is the extra building that they have here at the side of the dance hall, and they have the doors open, and look what they have. I was kind of wondering if they were going to have the wording for the dance hall there. That's pretty cool. But this is grab and go, and I guess I'm hearing it just opened today?
Yeah.
So right on, there we go. So if you guys need a refreshment, a snack, and they do have fruit here, guys. So yeah, so this is what they have here. So come on down and get your stuff. So right now we're just going to do a little bit of sitting and chilling, and then drinking our espresso Bailey's Kahlua concoction. I actually found out that the bottom of it actually is where all the stuff's there, so I can mix it a little bit better here and see if it tastes better. But no, today is kind of weird. It's kind of packed. There's seating is kind of hard to find, especially in the shade. It's nice and warm. It's not overly hot though. There's a breeze that's going on, so it's comfortable. But this is my second outing here at the Boysenberry Festival, and I have to say, I gotta commend Knott's right now. They're just killing it, especially with the customer service. I mean, they're making me happy, but and that's all that counts, right? They got to make me happy. No, they have to make everybody happy, and you know what? They're doing a good job. So if you get a chance to see one of the team members, compliment them, say thank you very much for getting that in a timely manner, and they appreciate that. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna up my rating to this to a 5 Qs out of 5. Make sure you mix it really good. That way you get all the flavors. Now, I know I don't really get all of the boysenberry flavor in there, but still, it tastes good. It's a good flavoring to it, and I don't know. It's an enjoyable drink that you can sit around and sip for a little bit, especially on a hot day like this. Well, actually, it's not really hot. It's comfortable, but after having a cold day yesterday, oh man, this is like summer, just getting ready to start up and kick it in and kick your ass. Yeah, so anyway guys, I'm gonna finish up my drink and do a little social media, and then we'll get back to Knott's. As we watch the train go by. Well, okay, well that was it, the butter toffee Kahlua, yeah, all the good stuff. That was quite a strong drink, so I'm kind of feeling it, and that was even on a full stomach because I just ate the Sloppy Joe Burger. But I took my time with it and did some Instagram and just kind of enjoyed the moment, you know, because I was sitting over here where they do berry preserved, and you know what? Everybody's chill there. It's really nice, probably because all the seats are in the sun and no one wants to be in the sun today. Me, I'm just trying to soak it up because I need some vitamin D, because I sit in an office all day long and I get nothing but fluorescent lighting, and you know, get to have to smell other people's smells. Anyway, at least I'm getting some fresh air and you know, getting some vitamin D, getting some good sunshine here. But I digress. I'm gonna go and look for some merchandise. I saw that they've got some new Snoopy merchandise. I don't know, it'd be worth the look. So we're gonna do that. Walk around a little bit so I can digest my food. But honestly, I don't want to overdo it today, because last time I was here, I had 7 items in 5 hours, and I wasn't feeling good after that. So I'm trying to pace myself, especially when I know I'm coming back 2 more times to the Boysenberry Festival, because there are just so many items here that I want to try and review for you guys. So yeah, I'm trying to save myself for more food. Anyway, guys, let's go hunt down some merch, shall we? Anyway, they do have some new stuff here. Some Joe Cool Racing Club, and you know, if you notice, it does say Six Flags on there. So, but the hats, the shirt, I dig it. I like the color, so it's pretty nice. And like, this jacket looks nice. May have to pick it up. I'm curious on the price though. $60 plus your discount. I don't know. Maybe I might end up buying one of those, because, like I said, it looks pretty nice. So, ladies, are you enjoying the Boysenberry Festival? Huh? What are your favorite foods? Okay, I'm gonna take it that the food is so good that it made you guys speechless. Is that correct? Well, okay, there you have it, folks. Okay, it looks like the barriers are down and they're working on wipeout, so it's probably going to be ready pretty soon, guys. So just get prepared. Okay, so the theater where they have cinema slasher, it says the Boysenberry Festival overflow seating, but yet it's closed. So I guess they're not at capacity yet. So if they are, if you're looking for seating, try looking over here. Maybe it might be open at that time. Well, I decided to go into the Snoopy Camp store, and I saw this. This looks really cool, but the coolness kind of fades away when you see the price. It's like $40 for a cap now. That one's an easy decision to make. I'd say no. All right, guys, this is the deep fried French toast, and you can only get it at Ghost Town Grub, and there is a line. I think I waited about almost 30 minutes to get this. But I'm gonna see if that wait was well worth it. So we're gonna go ahead and try it, and hopefully you guys may agree with me on whether it tastes good or not. So let me go ahead and cut it here. But it's the deep fried French toast with stuffed with boysenberry cream cheese, and it's got some boysenberry sauce on it. So let's see how it tastes. There it is. Oh yeah. That is delicious. say it's well worth the wait. When they hand it to you, it's fast. You order it, 2 minutes later they're handing it to you. So they already know. They're deep frying it all the time because they got a line. I'm pretty sure they know it's popular. So Knott's, thank you again for planning ahead on this because I'm pretty sure you guys knew this was a hit. Anyway guys, this gets a 5 Qs out of 5. I would say they give you a big portion, but is it really shareable? If it tastes really good and you don't feel like sharing it, you know, tell your family, friends, get their own. They have their own tasting card, right? So if it is tasting card eligible, if you don't want to use tasting card, it runs about $10, which isn't bad. I mean, it's a good sized portion. You know, it's about the same thing as like getting a hamburger over at Arby's. You know, it's about $10. And it's a full meal, so you could share it. So, you know, if you guys chip in $5 a piece, there you go. You got yourself some deep fried French toast stuffed with Boysenberry Cream Cheese with Boysenberry sauce. All right, guys. Yeah, this is highly recommended. Well worth the wait. So I've had 2 bangers today, and yeah. I'm very pleased at what Knott's has done with this year's Boysenberry Festival. They are just knocking it out of the park, and I am so stoked about it. So I can't wait to come back 2 more times. Anyway, guys, on to the next one. Oh my God, that deep fried French toast with the Boysenberry cream cheese stuffed was really good. I mean, I plowed through that like it was nothing. And apparently I just filled up my 3rd leg because I don't feel as stuffed as that French toast was. But you got to beware of the not brown. I told myself I wasn't going to say brown sugar. I mean, the powdered sugar becomes a little bit of a problem because it gets all over the place. I got all of my clothes, my camera, everywhere. I mean, everywhere. All right, guys, I'm going to go for a drink item, and then we're going to go from there. Oh, well, I guess Mrs. Murphy's is open. I'm going to go in here instead. So, wish me luck, guys. All right, guys. This is probably my last item of the day because, like I said, I'm trying to pace myself and I don't want to get overstuffed. But anyway, this is the Boysenberry Jalapeno Lime Seltzer, and you can get it at Miss Murphy's Kitchen or at where's the other one? The Calico Railroad bar there by the Calico Railroad, the train, by the train, guys. Anyway, we're gonna try this and see what it tastes like. This is really good. It's nice and carbonated. You can taste the jalapeno, and you get a little bit of heat off of it, but not much. It's very tasty, but I mean, this is off the tasting card. It says it's like $15. I don't think this is worth $15, but I think this is just the tasting size. So if you bought it a la carte, you'll get a bigger size, but I don't know, save money with the tasting, I guess. So 5 Qs out of 5. This is really good, very tasty. All the flavors are there, and it has a little kick to it. Not too bad. Janice, I think you'll like this one. It's not bad. Well, that about does it for us today. Had a lot of fun, actually, even though I was going solo. I was kind of hoping I would see Crash Zero here, but no good. I couldn't find him, but I didn't even try to communicate with him either. But I think he knew I was here anyway because I was posting on Instagram. But anyway, yeah, the food I had was very rockin'. The Sloppy Joe, excellent. The deep fried French toast, very tasty. And the 2 drinks that I had, nice. The, oh God, the martini with the Kahlua and whatever else in it. That one was strong, so that kind of wiped me out for the day. So I can't say use that as the last drink for the day because then you got to drive home. And then if you use that as a first drink for your day, I don't know. It just depends on how you like to look at your day. Through, you know, Google eyes or you know what I mean. Or clear and precise. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for coming along. I really appreciate you. This has been a bang slamming Boysenberry Festival, and I will be back next week to try some more food and enjoy some more off my tasting card, because I have 3 items left to use on it. Anyway, guys, thank you for coming along for this wild ride. Until the next time I take you to another wicked place. Good night, guys.